The Haunting Chronicles, top 10 scariest places of all time. In the shadowy corners of our world, there exist places where history and horror intertwine, creating tales that chill the spine. Join me if you dare, as we delve into the dark heart of these haunted locations where the living fear to tread and the dead refuse to rest. Here are the top 10 scariest places of all time. Hoia Baciu Forest, the Bermuda Triangle of Transylvania. Deep in the Carpathian Mountains of Romania lies a place where fear takes root and shadows twist. They call it the Hoia Baciu Forest, a place where the very trees seem to writhe in silent agony. Locals will tell you this is the Bermuda Triangle of Transylvania, and for good reason. People have vanished within its depths, their disappearances defying explanation. The air grows heavy as you enter, the silence broken only by the rustle of leaves and the distant caw of a crow. At the heart of this forest lies a circular clearing, devoid of all vegetation. Some say it's a portal, a gateway to another dimension. Electronic devices malfunction, compasses spin wildly, and time seems to warp within this strange vortex. The forest holds its secrets close, but the stories whisper of dark rituals and malevolent entities.
The Tower of London, where history haunts the present, the Tower of London, its very name evokes images of imprisonment, torture, and execution. For centuries, this imposing fortress has stood as a silent witness to some of history's darkest deeds. Anne Boleyn, beheaded on the orders of her husband, King Henry VIII, is said to wander the grounds, her spectral form a chilling reminder of her tragic fate. The White Tower, once a prison for the most high-profile captives, is said to be haunted by the young princes, Edward V and Richard of Shrewsbury. Murdered on the orders of their uncle, Richard III, their innocent souls are said to cry out from beyond the grave, from the restless ghost of Guy Fawkes to the chilling cries of tortured souls echoing through the Tower Green. This is a place where history truly comes alive, albeit in its most unsettling form. Walk these halls if you dare, but be warned, you may not be alone.
Leap Castle, Ireland's bloody stronghold. In the heart of Ireland, shrouded in mist and legend, stands Leap Castle, a place steeped in darkness and despair. The Bloody Chapel, a chilling testament to the castle's violent past, earned its name from a brutal act of fratricide. It was here, during a power struggle, that a priest was murdered by his own brother, his lifeblood staining the chapel floor. To this day, the priest's tormented soul is said to haunt this room, his anguished cries echoing through the centuries. A hidden oubliette, a secret dungeon designed for the disposal of enemies, was discovered during renovations. Disembodied voices, phantom footsteps, and a palpable sense of dread permeate the air within Leap Castle. It is a place where the veil between the living and the dead seems perilously thin.
Chapter 4. Aokigahara Forest, where shadows linger and souls wander. At the base of Mount Fuji, shrouded in an eerie silence, lies Aokigahara Forest, a place of haunting beauty and profound despair. Known as the Suicide Forest, this dense woodland has become a magnet for those seeking to escape the pain of the world. Beneath the canopy of ancient trees, a palpable sense of sadness hangs heavy in the air. The forest floor, littered with personal belongings and farewell notes, serves as a chilling reminder of the lives tragically cut short within its depths. Some say the spirits of those who perished here remain, trapped within the forest's embrace. They wander aimlessly, their sorrow palpable, their presence felt in the rustling leaves and the whispers of the wind. To enter Aokigahara is to step into a realm where life and death blur, where the line between this world and the next seems to vanish entirely.
Chapter 5. Poveglia Island, the Island of Lost Souls. Off the coast of Venice, shrouded in mist and silence, lies Poveglia Island, a place so steeped in death and despair that it has been quarantined for decades. Once a refuge for plague victims, later an asylum for the insane, Poveglia has become a festering wound on the face of the earth. The island's soil is said to be composed of more than 50% human ash, the remnants of countless bodies burned during the Black Death. The air itself seems heavy with the weight of suffering, the echoes of screams and moans carried on the wind. The asylum, now a decaying ruin, stands as a monument to madness and despair. It was here that the most troubled souls were sent, subjected to unspeakable experiments and left to rot in their own misery. The spirits of these tormented souls are said to roam the island, their anguished cries echoing through the empty corridors. Fishermen avoid the island, fearing their nets will become entangled with human bones. Poveglia Island stands as a chilling reminder of the fragility of life and the enduring power of death.
Chapter 6, Eastern State Penitentiary, where evil never truly dies. In the heart of Philadelphia, looming like a specter of punishment and despair, stands Eastern State Penitentiary. Once considered a model of prison reform, this imposing fortress quickly descended into a nightmare of brutality and madness. The silence within these walls is deafening, broken only by the creak of rusted bars and the echo of footsteps that no longer exist. The ghosts of former inmates, driven mad by solitary confinement and brutal treatment, are said to roam these halls, their tormented souls forever bound to the site of their suffering. Shadowy figures flit past cell doors, disembodied whispers chill the air, and a palpable sense of dread permeates every inch of this forsaken place. Cell Block 12, shrouded in darkness and despair, is said to be a hotbed of paranormal activity. Even the most hardened skeptics have reported feeling a cold, unseen presence in this section of the prison. Eastern State Penitentiary stands as a chilling reminder of the dark side of human nature.
In the Loire Valley of France, amidst rolling hills and vineyards, stands the magnificent Château de Brissac, a fairy tale castle harboring a dark and tragic secret. For within its grand halls and opulent chambers wanders a spirit consumed by grief and vengeance, the Green Lady. Her story is one of betrayal and heartbreak. She was the mistress of the castle, her beauty rivaled only by her tragic fate. When her husband discovered her infidelity, his rage knew no bounds. He brutally murdered her within the very walls she called home, her screams echoing through the centuries. Now they say, her spirit wanders the castle, her presence marked by a sudden chill in the air and the faint scent of jasmine. Some say she's drawn to the chapel, where her cries can be heard late at night. The Château de Brissac, for all its grandeur and beauty, remains a place of tragedy.
Deep in the heart of Louisiana, veiled in Spanish moss and shrouded in a dark history, stands the Myrtles Plantation, a place where the antebellum South's sinister past refuses to rest. It's a place where whispers of slavery and murder mingle with the humid air, and where the spirits of the dead are said to walk among the living. There's Chloe, a young slave girl who met a gruesome end, her spirit forever tethered to the plantation. She's often seen reflected in the windows, her eyes filled with a haunting sadness. Footsteps echo through the empty halls, furniture moves inexplicably, and cold spots send chills down the spines of even the most skeptical visitors. The Myrtles Plantation is a place where the veil between the living and the dead seems thin. It's a place that stays with you long after you leave, its stories echoing in the back of your mind like a half-remembered nightmare.
Perched atop a volcanic crag, overlooking the historic city of Edinburgh, stands Edinburgh Castle, a fortress that has borne witness to centuries of Scottish history. But within its imposing walls and ancient dungeons, another story unfolds, a story of restless spirits and unexplained phenomena. For centuries, tales of hauntings have been woven into the very fabric of Edinburgh Castle. There's the legendary Phantom Piper, his mournful tunes echoing through the tunnels beneath the castle. Some say he's the spirit of a young boy sent to explore the tunnels centuries ago, his music forever silenced by a tragic fate. Then there are the spirits of prisoners held captive within the castle dungeons. Their moans and cries are said to echo through the stone walls, their suffering etched into the very fabric of the building. Visitors have reported feeling a sudden chill, a sense of being watched, and even disembodied touches within the castle walls. Edinburgh Castle, for all its grandeur and historical significance, remains a place where the line between the living and the dead blurs.
Beneath the bustling streets of Paris, hidden from the light of day, lies a subterranean world of silence and shadows, the catacombs of Paris. This labyrinthine network of tunnels, stretching for miles beneath the city, holds the skeletal remains of over 6 million Parisians, a chilling reminder of the city's mortality. The air within the catacombs is heavy with the weight of death, a musty, earthy scent clinging to the damp walls. As you descend deeper into this subterranean necropolis, the city above fades away, replaced by a silence so profound it hums in your ears. The bones, arranged in macabre displays, line the walls from floor to ceiling, a stark reminder of the sheer scale of death that created this eerie ossuary. Skulls stare back at you with empty sockets, femurs and tibias stacked like firewood, a chilling testament to the impermanence of life. There are tales of catacomb guards who have witnessed shadowy figures flitting between the bones, their footsteps echoing in the darkness. To enter the catacombs of Paris is to embark on a journey into the heart of death itself.
These places, steeped in history and mystery, continue to captivate and terrify those who dare to explore their dark pasts. From the haunted forests of Romania to the bone-chilling catacombs beneath Paris, these locations stand as chilling reminders that some doors are best left unopened, some secrets better left buried. Would you visit any of these haunted locations? If you enjoyed this story, please like and subscribe for more chilling tales and historical mysteries.